One of the major problems is people are sacrificing their best in order to get rid of their worst. So if you want to embrace your best, if you want to keep it, you have to face and deal with your worst. You don't get to just cut it away and dump it. So a light is being brought into the darkest of the dark. So the worst is being met with a new form of unique, intense light. Let go of your worst, open to a best that is beyond what we can imagine. Today is the end of a cycle. We prepare for an incredible time the next several days. We're letting go, and we're taking in, we're embracing. And we're not just letting go of the stagnant and the old, we're also letting go of our dreams and our prayers. We're taking the very best that we are, and we're giving them to the world and saying, hey, this is what I think the best looks like and feels like. I give this to you. What do you see? What are you going to grow from these seeds? See seeds. What do you see in me, Gaia? I give you my best. Please help me plant it. Because now in the darkest days, the arrival of the light from beyond this sun, we are at an exceptional turning point. We let go of our best. We give our best with the trust that we'll get something back that's better. So here's how I invite you to do this today. We're going to prepare with each other for what we share tomorrow so we can take it to another level. So this is not an analysis, this is a witness. I'll go first, then I'll invite you to follow, if you so choose. You articulate a little, like a minute, about what is worst and best. You make it clear enough that it's like we have a hook into it. We sense it. And then you turn it into energy. No more thoughts are needed. We dive into this process. And that's what we'll do more vividly tomorrow with intention. So this is just the setup. The worst I know is the spirit of this haunted presence that revealed itself to me when I remembered childhood molestation. It was this awful, awful presence that was actively, purposefully abusing youth. It's the thing that's most scared me in this life. I am asking to release this completely during this time. It's the biggest ask I could have. Biggest fear, biggest terror. Drove me to the edge of suicide. And I watch it do the same for others. I watch others driven to these terrifying edges. So I'm hopeful that it's releasing in the world. And my best. I see a long vision of a renewed world. The waters are cleansing. There are fewer people. And the people who are here know each other. Love in a way that it feels normal, and yet somehow it transcends most of what I've ever seen in this body. And the inspiration of shared telepathic communication and the presence of extraordinary dreams that gives us the witnessing of each other. And I've seen myself making a bridge towards this in so many ways. Like I do lightning sessions in front of rooms of people. I lead a dance full of dynamic, incredible moves built out of our yoga practices. I lead circles of trainings in person, sense rituals. And I've been aware that, like, maybe this is an old school vision. I lead. I don't know. I give it. If you want me to lead, show me how to lead. If you want me to participate, show me where. Show me when. I give all this. Show me, show me. Help me see what to seed. I release this. And that's what I will be praying tomorrow. So create a little pause. I'll give you one more chance in a couple minutes. Just be with the incredibleness of this, all right? The more you get into the work we're doing together, the awareness of spirit itself, the more this dynamic of being able to shift between a materialistic and a spiritual perspective becomes increasingly valuable. So our mind is typically designed around this materialistic perspective that has a bias towards rationality and a bias towards parts and compartmentalizing. So we can name things and we can explain things. And when you shift into energy, you have to loosen that. There aren't boundaries that are as clear between energies. They blend, right? And so when you loosen the primacy, the priority of compartments and definitions, and just loosening it, and we're just going to shift our emphasis to energy, what we're doing is we're presencing the worst energy and we're presencing the best. Now, this has been a critical dynamic for me. Early in the path, I was taught one of the major problems is people are sacrificing their best in order to get rid of their worst. So if you want to embrace your best, if you want to keep it, you have to face and deal with your worst. You don't get to just cut it away and dump it. And that is becoming an imperative culturally now. It's like before you could choose that if you really tried. Now we gotta. Because the intensity of new energies, global energies, like literally affecting the material plane, if you measured the energies that are present, we have a different balance. And there's more intense positive energy that's whole. It's whole. It's a full rainbow. It's crystalline. It's Christ aligned. And when that energy is moving around in the world near us, we lose the ability to choose. We don't get a choice anymore. We can't sacrifice our best with our worst anymore because the best is getting pummeled with reinforcement. Our best is getting fed and nurtured. And as soon as it starts to burn down, a new log is being put on it. The world is saying it's time for us to be our best. And so the first thing we confront is this kind of, that means I have to deal with my worst. Yes, it does. That's why we're doing it together. So we're presencing our worst together, but we all have these unique, lonely stories. And I think one of the worst aspects, and thank you for those who spoke to this, one of the worst aspects of these lonely stories is that they are so lonely. So it's not just that they're negative energy, it's that we're alone with the negative energy. The only presence, the screaming presence, is awful. It's us and something awful. God, that sucks. Oh, by the way, can't everybody here relate to that? Can't we all shift out of our story into just the energy? Remember that time when I was locked alone with an absolutely terrifying, awful energy? Hey, have you ever been locked alone with an absolutely terrifying, awful energy? Wow. we've got something pretty cool in common. Oh, now we're not alone. See how that works? See the gift that happens when we kind of just chill out our story. Now we're going to go back into the story. We're going to share the story to connect. But don't use the story to distance. People often think they're using a story to connect, but they just keep asserting the story and keep asserting it and keep yelling it and keep throwing in new details that say, no, 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 you can't understand me because I have this problem, this problem, this problem. And it's like, hey, I was alone with a nasty, awful energy too. Let's make that what matters most. Oh, by the way, we do this work, we get company. For some of us, the company is the biggest positive prayer, right? We've already started to make it real. Oh, look at that. But my darkness is worse than everybody else's darkness. And if I showed you my darkness, it'll be such a big problem that you won't want to be near me anymore. How many people think that sometimes? So tomorrow, I'm going to go live and we're going to do this ceremony aligning with this approach. Now, to be clear, this is not a vague timing. So an interstellar object is coming closest to Earth exactly when a new moon and the winter solstice line up. Not an accident. So a light is being brought into the darkest of the dark. So the worst is being met with a new form of unique, intense light. The initial gift that I received was, don't talk to them directly, connect through Gaia, and treat this like it's an exchange in a draw poker, where you get a hand in poker, right? And you say, I like these 4 cards and I don't like these. I like these 5 cards. I don't like these 2. We used to play an 8 card hand. Yeah, I like these 5 cards and I don't like these 3. And you take these 3 and you say, Gaia, I'm going to let these go. Now, the thing is, Gaia doesn't let us do this whenever we want. You don't get to just dump your worst whenever you don't want it. That's why you've tried, right? We've all tried to get rid of our worst. It just comes right back, right? This is a chance. But she's actually making a deal with you. She's making a deal. But here's the humor in that. Her deal is, you have to be better than you ever imagined. You have to do that for me. You have to do that for me. You have to pour your heart into the best vision I have for you. And when I say she, you may as well just look at it as she, okay? Now, the way this plays out is there are thousands and thousands of beings who are not in bodies, who are fully Gaian. Like, they have no conflict, they have no resistance. They are in service to creating this world, this new Earth. And you can think of Gaia as the consciousness and the Earth as the actual sort of presence. So tomorrow, she gets the opportunity to continue. This process has already been happening, but she gets this ability to release some of the worst energies here completely. And there is the release of the nastiest spirit that has anchored what we know of as evil in history. It's leaving tomorrow. I've been astonished by this for half a year. Every time I got this, I'm like, should I go tell everybody? I can't tell them that. That's bullshit. I must be exaggerating that. Nope. Same message. Same message. The alpha predator of the earth is leaving. But we haven't really understood what it is. So we're going to have to learn that over the next couple years. All we need to know right now is let go of your worst, open to a best that is beyond what we can imagine. That's our job. Pretty damn exciting, in my opinion. So the balanced gift that I've been encouraged to emphasize, and that I'm going to emphasize a lot tomorrow, is that we're being invited to trust our vision, our spiritual vision, our third eye vision, and our strength through our body to take it to the next level. Like to a level that we didn't think we could embody. Now, you don't have to succeed yet. You just have to open to it. And so I'm going to offer the best coaching I can for just how to do that with our mind, to drop the resistance to opening to the best in these ways. And I got a funny story to share with you, to tell personally, all right? Imagine that your consciousness always knows much more than you know in your direct awareness. So your breadth of awareness that isn't conscious, but it's accessible to your consciousness. It could be conscious if you learned. It always knows a lot more about what's going on than you do. So the other day, I was very overwhelmed. My kids were being difficult. My wife was fried. My kids cross an edge where they just keep like asking for things and they get obsessed with a project and they just need help right now. And they walk into a room and they don't even look at you and they just start saying, I need this, I need this. It's a lot. And so she was fried from a day of this. I was trying to take over after a long day. And I was just like, okay, do the next thing, do the next thing. And I'm like, okay, take out the recycling. And I'm taking out the recycling and I'm feeling this resistance. Now, this is going to sound stupid, but I hope it's going to get the point across. So we have a recycling bin from in the kitchen. And normally I would take it out and just leave it there and bring it back in the next day. But if it's ever full on an off week, then I just dump it into a bigger bin that we have, and then I'll take that bin out. I'm taking the little bin out and I'm feeling weird about it. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired. Look, I'm just going to take it out. I'll just get this over with. No, I'm not going barefoot. It's snowy out. I'm trying to go barefoot a lot, but I'm like, no, I can't do it. I'm going, and I'm feeling weird. And I leave it by the side of the road, and I get, why don't you transfer that into one of the other bins? And I'm like, there's no point. I'm just going to, I'm not going to. All right. And I go back, and I look, and all the bins are empty. And I'm like, huh. Maybe this isn't the right week to do recycling. And so I transferred it to the other bin and I brought the one inside. And lo and behold, my wife's mother came over and she's like, it's not recycling week. So my greater awareness knew I was off, but I couldn't get it into my conscious mind. It's such a simple little thing. I knew, part of me knew that it was wrong, but my conscious mind was on autopilot. And when I talk about a broader vision, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the part of your vision that knows everything that's going on around you. When we align with this greater vision, so many things work. You start to desire the things that are here before you know that they're here. I started getting a desire for a cookie yesterday. I was like, it's holiday time. I do loosen it up a little. But why am I wanting a cookie? I don't want those processed cookies. My daughter had made cookies, and I didn't know it yet. This is what we're going for. This is the same part of our awareness that tunes in and recognizes when someone else is thinking about you. I thought about my friend, an old friend. I reached out to him. He was on the plane coming to town. We can get better at this. We are practicing how to get better at this. Start to imagine what the world looks like when you're really good. The barriers are out of the way. The reasons you're stuck in your thoughts in a way that takes you out of the world are starting to dissolve. The hecklers, they leave. You're no longer taking action to hide from pain. You're no longer taking action to protect yourself against things that are not here. That's a hallmark of trauma, right? We're taking action to protect ourselves against things that aren't really here. Our conscious awareness knows if there's a wolf nearby. If you got bit by a wolf when you were a kid and you keep protecting yourself from a wolf, you're not trusting the fact that you could know. We want to shift from fear-based thoughts. See how direct this is. Fear-based thoughts, shifting to real conscious awareness. And conscious awareness, it might warn you. It doesn't mean never be in presence of fear. Be afraid if you're under threat, but don't be afraid when you're not under threat. This is what we're learning to do. Know the difference. And the better you get at it, the better it gets. The deeper we get into this, the better it gets. You start to align. You start to desire the things that are possible. You start to desire the things that are close. You start to desire the things that the world gives you. And you find that they're better than anything you came up with on your own.